help you decide how to style for a photo shoot, I've created a little list. The 8 golden rules of home styling. And I'd like to invite you, if you'd like this list, to pop me an email at sam@ajmastermind.co.uk, and I'll pop you over the printable, and you can pop it in your office so that you can show either yourself or your stylist or your photographer or the relevant person, so they know where that line is. Number 1 of my 8 golden rules is style the shot, not the room. And this is actually a really simple thing to get wrong. What I see our stylists do, because some of them are young and very enthusiastic, is they go into the house and they think, I'm going to style the whole house. So all these rooms need sorting. And even if they don't do the whole house, they do each room as a whole. So they're trying to style the whole room. But you don't need to overhaul whole rooms. You just need to style for the photographer's image. And if he's never going to photograph from the window back to the door that you've just come through, you don't need to style for that shot, do you? You don't need to stand in each of the 4 corners and then style for that room. You just need to look at where he's going to take the shot, or direct him or her to take the shot in a certain way, and then just style what's in that lens's eye. So decide between you and the photographer, what's going to be in shot, and only style for that frame. And what some photographers do is they'll just take way, way too many photographs, which has its own repercussions, because then you've got to sort through them. If you've got 300 photographs to sort through that from a photo shoot, it's going to take you a long time to whittle it down to the 30 that you need for the brochure and Rightmove, isn't it? So you don't need that many shots. So when you go into a living room, just think, well, which 3 shots do I need? I need one of the window, maybe one of the fireplace angle, and then I need a close-up of, I don't know, a chessboard in front of a roaring fire, and then you're done. You don't need to take it in 18 different ways. So what we're talking about is making sure that you're doing less work for a better effect. Number 2 of my golden rules is enhance by simplifying. Simplification means taking away a few items, not ransacking the whole room, with the purpose being to help the buyers see the room's features without distractions. And the features are usually the fireplace and the window in a living room, and, well, mostly just the windows in a lot of the rooms, aren't they? In a kitchen, it's wherever the main kind of kitchen cooking area is usually. And in the bathroom, you need the bath in the shot. So it's not actually that complicated. So number 3, still on the features, is consider the main features of each room: windows, fireplaces, period details. These need enhancing through careful styling so that they are showcased on the images. And that means things like, if there's a chair in front of a set of French windows, and the French windows open onto a beautiful garden, move the chair out of the way, open the French windows, get the photographer to take a shot through there, then just put it back as it was. You don't need to overcomplicate that. You just need to get the main feature in without something being in the way. Number 4, style conscientiously and discreetly. Remember that you're there in a professional capacity, so be careful and considerate in your undertaking of the task in hand, which means not moving great heaps of stuff from one room to the other. And by the way, I don't know where it went. My salt cellar went missing on the day that they all styled my house, and I've never found it since. Number 5, lifestyle shots are always close-ups. So if you've added lifestyle elements, maybe a bottle of wine, a couple of glasses, or a cake with strawberries, or maybe a bread and cheese board, then make sure that once you've taken the close-ups, you then move them out of shot for the main room shots, because they're just going to clutter the shot. And they're so far away you can't see them anyway. So be intentional. Put the items in front of the shot, get the shot done, and then remove them for the other shots of the room. Number 6, and this goes back to my salt cellar actually, because this would have been a really good thing for them to do. Always take a before shot on your phone. Always, always, always do this, no matter what. If something goes missing and it was on the before shot and not on the after shot, at least you've got a chance of finding that thing. So when the vendor's on the phone ranting and raving because they can't find their glasses or something, you can have a look back through the photograph and go, oh, I took a before photograph of the room, and I think I can see them on here. And at least it gives you a clue. So that makes sure that you can put the client's items back exactly as they were. And even though on the photo shoot at my house, people thought they were putting things back where they were. You know, in your own house, that's not exactly where that cushion was, or where that footstool was, or where that item on my mantelpiece was. And it's uncomfortable, isn't it? You have to go and move it. So if you take a before shot, you can put things back exactly where they are. And don't underestimate how important that extra inch is when you're putting things back exactly where they are. Number 7, not all clients want or need styling. So be considerate and be intentional in your decisions whether or not to style. Even homes that need styling could be owned by clients who don't want styling. Are your perfectly styled photographs worth the potential damage in that client relationship? Is it really so important to you that you're going to upset somebody who just doesn't want their home styled? And this has happened to us fairly recently, where we have had to sort of work with our team to understand what they can say in that situation if they're really sure that they need that particular rug moving or plant moving, and actually how important really is that in the grand scheme of things. Can we still get the shot without it, and without making the client feel that they've been argued with or they've not been listened to? Then finally, number 8 is sell the lifestyle, not the rooms. Remember, the purpose of styling is to sell the lifestyle of the room, isn't it? It's to help a buyer envisage how they will live in the house. You're not there to improve the house itself, only to showcase the lifestyle it offers. So hopefully you've understood during this episode that styling can actually be simpler and easier than you're probably currently doing. By focusing on what's important, including the client's feelings on the subject, you can get your photo shoots done quicker and more effectively and efficiently. Our photo shoots were taking 6 hours. We've tried to cut that back to 4 hours or 2 hours. We were spending sometimes over £100 on styling. We've now cut that back to about 30 on average. Now, some homes, of course, are going to need more. We sold a beautiful £3.5 million one a few years ago, where we spent well over £100 on floristry for it, for the video shoot, because it needed it. But, you know, does every home need £50 spending on flowers and £30 spending on, you know, consumables you're going to put in the kitchen and then leave for the vendor? Probably not. So pick and choose what's needed. You don't need to scrimp. What you do take needs to be good quality, not from Aldi maybe. It's all about brand perception, isn't it? But do you really need to take as many things to every single house? The finished photographs, if you do this, will be much more representative of the client's home. And that is going to make for happier buyers as well as sellers, because they feel like they're getting what they thought they were going to get in the photographs.